We have do-it-yourself magic, tarot card of the week.
Charlie appears to be in good company. This university professor's collecting data on the number of young women turning to witchcraft.
There's certainly a lot more available in magazines aimed at young people, internet sites, books that are available. I think one main attraction of paganism altogether, and witchcraft in particular, is that there's a very positive image of the female. And so a witch is an image of a powerful woman, whereas more traditional religions have tended to be patriarchal, if not sexist.
That's no surprise to anyone here at the Glastonbury Goddess Temple, a place which regularly runs self-esteem workshops for its young followers.
What we're looking at now is for women to be empowered in their own right and celebrate who they are, celebrate their skills, their arts and their self-esteem and their self-worth.
Priestess Georgina doesn't like the term witch.
It is a label that is given to a sect of women hundreds of years ago who had knowledge and therefore were seen powerful. It is a patriarchal name to women.
But witchiness is partly the attraction. In the last few years, the glamorous teenage witch has been all over our screens. Sabrina, Buffy, not to mention the ubiquitous Harry Potter, back again for a 5th time in a few weeks. So, in the spirit of investigation, I've been to see what teen witch paraphernalia there is on the market around here, fairly easily available. Here we've got a spell book and a matching witch pen, blank pages for writing spells in. And we've also got a tracked love spell kit with candles, rose petals and even a little brass bell for attracting that special someone. Obviously fairly innocuous stuff, but some people think that an interest that begins here can end somewhere much, much more serious.
These people are deadly serious, those taking part in the ceremony.
Can it then branch into psychological problems? Yes. Can it branch into mental problems, even physical problems? The answer to that is yes.
Doug Harris heads the Reach Out Trust, a Christian organisation which helps people involved in cults and sometimes pagans.
The whole of Wicca is about power. The question is, which power? What are they opening up to? Can that power have a positive effect in their life, or can it possibly have a negative effect? So we have people that have had a lot of fear as a result of that, maybe compulsions to commit suicide, compulsions of things they've got to do and mustn't do. And what actually happens is they get bound up, they get tied up in themselves rather than being set free and liberated, which I suspect is really what they wanted in the first place.
So can it be harmful? Priestess Georgina says it's more a matter of approach.
It's about learning it the right way and learning the craft of their ancestors rather than something out of Buffy or out of Charmed.
So, who's right? Well, I suppose it depends on your opinion of witchcraft, really. A viable, woman-friendly system of belief, a bit of a laugh, or a doorway to another world much, much better left alone.
Well, obviously the panel watching that film very closely, and in fact already David, who has emailed us on this very subject, he says that people are turning to white magic because the church puts people off religion. Fact?
Well, entirely. And when we look at paganism, it's very much based on nature. It's a religion of nature. And I think down the years we can see that the church has very much failed to draw the links between spirituality, creation and nature. People are turning to other religions because of that.
There's much comment, though, that traditional churches don't make women feel good about themselves, and that in many ways that whole sort of goddess thing and celebrating women and celebrating the goddess is what attracts young girls.
I think there's a lot of truth in that. I think the thing is hugely worrying because it can go on from where we are, from what we've seen that last explaining, to something that can go much deeper and darker to satanic forces, and that is enormously worrying. And these girls are sort of experimenting. It's a girly thing, as opposed to the chaps who are busy with the football. I certainly know that when if you want to join a Wiccan, a coven. You've got to be at 18, but some of these girls are sort of keen to sort of get going and encourage each other. And of course the web has got a lot to do with it.
I mean, our film in a way, gives, in some senses, the fluffier side. But what do you feel about the sinister side of it all, Nick?
Well, it is just kids having fun until you get to that point. And I think there's a broad difference between girls filling in spell books and possibly I want the man of my dreams and covering themselves in dandelions or stinging nettles. That's all just a bit of harmless fun. Let them enjoy themselves. If you start to move towards, I think these special boards where you try and get in contact with the dead or something like that.
The Ouija boards.
Oh, that's right, thank you.
They are
or,
dangerous,
boiling cats and things like that. No, that is totally different. But the way that was portrayed, I think it's a long, long step from causing problems.
I mean, this report is coming out on a very official, university level. But do you think that if you boil it all down, that really it's probably a phase that people go through?
I think inevitably for some people it is going to be a phase, other people are going to take it more seriously and take it further, but I think there's an awful lot of scaremongering that goes on. We forget that Christianity put a lot of witches to death, historically. That's pretty severe. Within any religion and any religious belief system, even the mainstream established religions, there is a very sinister side and a trap that you can fall into. And I think just singling out one as particularly problematic is perhaps wrong in this context.
So to take it down the line, are you worried about what you've seen and what you've heard about
But
this
I think
report?
the churches are actually failing. This is a result. Everybody, in some way or other, is looking for some degree of spirituality, and there's a sort of vacuum. And these girls are looking for something, and so the fact that nature comes into it, then you've got global warming, so that it sort of goes all together. But they've got it wrong, and I would urge any girl to come out of what they're doing and not even to get involved at all, because it can go the wrong way.
But then it's a part of rebellion, isn't it? When children are a certain age, they're going to rebel against what is the norm or what their parents do.
There's secrecy with it, which is cool, if you like.
Yeah, but I say again, it's still a quantum leap to starting to get into the dark rites.
But is it?
Well, it's singing to me, yes. There's no harm with those kids.
It's probably a better way than asking them to come out of it is to address why women are doing it, why girls are doing it.
Isn't that what you said earlier? Because something like that, the women aren't involved in the decision making. So no wonder young girls think, well, this really isn't for me. I'll go and ring bells and roll around in the
and I'll dress like Georgina.
Yeah.
But if the churches would actually get their act together and look after young people and encourage them and get them in. I mean, some churches have not only no Sunday school, no young people, and worse, they don't even care.
At long last, here it is, the cremation of care unveiled.
The owl is in his leafy temple. Let all within the grove be reverent before him. Lift up your heads, O ye trees, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting spires. For behold, here is Bohemian shrine, and holy are the pillars of this house. Weaving spiders, come not near. Bring fire! Hey, thou mocking spirit! George Bush dresses up. Right here. We got him on tape.
Let's send that spell over into my
Sir, everything I don't owe you this comment.
I know, I appreciate
it. This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you and goodbye.
Been in the ritual?
That's none of your damn business.
Oh.
That's right.